Hello, this video is about upcoming war in Ethiopia. I think there is going to be a war between Eritrea and Ethiopia again, but this time uh, they're going to be joining with Egypt, with Djibouti, with Somalia, with Puntland, and also with Yemen. Additionally, there are a large group of, military all over Africa. there is these small rebel groups that is created by the Arab. The Arab is basically colonizing Africa today, in today's generations. What is happening is in spaces like Tanzania, Democratic Republic of Congo, and in Puntland. In Puntland, there are ISIS jihadi groups. In Ethiopia itself, there are more than 5 different rebel groups, and at least 2 of them are the jihadis. So the jihadis will be joining with Egypt to fight Ethiopia. They will also be joining with Al-Shabaab, the Somalis jihadi groups. They will join with them to fight Ethiopia. Also the Tigray TPLF will be joining with Eritrea to fight Ethiopia. And right now, a couple of days ago, agreement is signed with Somalia and Turkey. Turkey is also talking about taking interest in signing a military agreement with Djibouti. So Djibouti will join also to fight Ethiopia. They will cut off Ethiopia access to the sea. There's no access to the sea. Ethiopia will also lose ability to use Djibouti port, because that's what they're using right now. So they only be left with Kenya port. And for right now, Kenya is not going to cut off Ethiopia. But it doesn't matter what's going to happen. I think Ethiopia is going to be attacked from within, and Djibouti will not allow them to get any access to the sea, to get weapons coming in through the ocean, through the port. So there are no access to the port in Djibouti, no access to the port in Eritrea side of the oceans. And at the same time, Eritrea already have large military in Tigray. They already have huge amount of groups, military groups, that are jointly training with the Tigray TPLF in Tigray. And they will also be joining with the rebel groups inside Ethiopia that is trying to get rid of Ethiopia government for the last 3 years. So because the region, the whole Africa region is on fire, and there is almost every country there is a conflict going on. All of those conflicts have one thing in common, all of them, which is the Arab jihadis. In Tanzania, there is these Arab jihadist groups funded by Turkey, Iran, Qatar, and one is the other one, Emirate. So Africa is done. I mean, there are just so many. Ethiopia itself, they have a home-growing jihadi military groups inside Ethiopia right now. They have weapons that's coming in from Ethiopia, coming in from Somalia, coming in from Yemen, is coming in from Djibouti, from Puntland, and from all these surrounding Arab countries, not to mention weapon coming through Sudan, through Eritrea, and it's really, there is no Ethiopia Prime Minister right now, he doesn't have any friends in the region. He doesn't get along with, other than Kenya. That's the only thing he has. When you look at the border of Ethiopia right now, if you have Somalia, all of them, Somalia is cut into small pieces. You have Djibouti, you have Puntland, you have Somaliland, whatever. All Somalia will be fighting Ethiopia because they only care about one thing, that is religion war. They will fight in the kuffar. That's what they're going to be fighting the Ethiopians. This is a religious war for them. It's serious, and so they will kill all the Ethiopians they can put their hands on. They will kill them, and also most of the Muslims inside Ethiopia will also fight. We join with Somalis when they fight in Ethiopia. So that is almost 30 to 40% of Ethiopian populations. Right now, all the Somalis, every part of Somalia is at war with Al-Shabaab, and there are also countries that is involved that is funding these jihadi groups. It's Yemen, huge amount of weapon coming in from Iran, goes to Yemen, it comes in from Qatar, money and weapons, it comes in from all these Arab countries, and it's going into this region. And because they don't have any Western military power for right now that is involved, they can easily destroy Ethiopia. Remember, Ethiopia, the only thing they have is the manpower and few fighter jet, and a couple of drones. And the people that are fighting them are the ones that's selling the drones. Once the Arabs start fighting Ethiopia, they will cut off all the supplies of drones. So they're not going to be able to buy any drones from Turkey. They're not going to be able to get drones from Russia, because they're going to cut it off. I'm talking about right now, Russia is having a discussion with having a ability to get some port access to the oceans on Somali port, trying to make a deal with Somalia. So they're looking to get that deal. So once the war starts, they're going to cut it off. Even if they don't cut it off, Ethiopia may not be able to afford to buy another fighter jet or drones, because once the war starts, they're going to be drowned in a lot of problems. So that's my assessment of what's going on. I think if Ethiopia is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is remove the population of jihadis out of their country, which is Somalis that are creating military within its own within Ethiopia. There are literally over 500,000 Somalis that are jihadis. I'm talking about they basically creating and funding their own jihadis. One is the other country starts attacking Eritrea, enter into the war. One is the Fano groups, the TPLF, Eritrea, and Egypt start the war. They will not necessarily have to start the war by flying from Egypt into Ethiopia, but it's going to be a proxy war, just like Iran is fighting war in Syria, even though they didn't send their own soldiers to Syria to fight the war. They will fund the groups that's already there, the jihadi Muslim group. They will fund them there with weapons, with money, all the money that they need to start buying as many weapons, and also send them as many weapons as they can through these Arab countries. Ethiopia is in real danger. And this prime minister, the current prime minister, is absolutely stupid. He is either really wanted to make Ethiopia like it's Muslim countries, because all the Christians in Ethiopia will be killed. Unfortunately, that's the reality, what's going to happen. And if not, they will probably, if they get a chance to escape, the only way they can escape is, Sudan is Arab country, and so they can escape to maybe Kenya. If you look on the map, you can escape to Kenya. Pretty much all the other countries surrounded by the Muslims. Anywhere they go, they're going to be eradicated. This is the reality. You may think, a lot of things people don't realize. This is existential threat, but it is, in my assessment, Ethiopia need to get rid of this prime minister jointly. Why don't OLF, the Fennel and Tigray jointly get rid of this guy? Because Ethiopia will become, Ethiopia have existed before without inviting being colonized by the Arabs, because that's what eventually was going to happen. All these Arab countries have more weapons, more technologically advanced weapons, drones. They make their own drones, Turkey and Iran's and all these Arab countries, Egypt. Ethiopia don't have anything. They cannot make their own drones. They just literally recently started making their own small weapons that other countries in the region, the Muslim Arab country, have been making those small weapons like 100 years ago. Ethiopia just started a couple of years ago. And the prime minister is, everywhere he goes, he is a man with the problems. He doesn't get along with any country in the region. You make a deal with them, quickly change his mind. You make a deal with another one, quickly change his mind. He is not a man of principle. Nobody in the region trusts Prime Minister of Ethiopia right now. He doesn't have any principle. He basically allows the jihadists to take over the country. He doesn't, spread the religion and separate the religion from the government. That's also main things that is destroying Ethiopia right now. The institutions of religion is using their delusional way of thinking to turn people against each other. And the prime minister is siding with both sides. One day he go pray in the mosque with the Muslims. The next day he go into the church, pray with those guys. This is not the way to. This is not the way to bring peace. Yes, it's okay to be nice to both sides, but you don't bring them. You don't go out and wear their religious clothes, join one cult, and then support everything that they're doing, which is destructive to the country, and then go to the other side and then support the other side as well, clap the hand for them, which is destructive. This shows you need to make up your mind. Are you on this side or on this side? Are you with which cult, which virus are you siding with? Because a lot of these religious groups are they don't have anything of value to bring to society. Their cult, their religion, especially the jihadis, for the last 80 generations, they have nothing but destructive and genocidal. They bring nothing of value other than destroying every country's and every human society that it touches. They have not done anything to make their country better for the last 80 generations, and they will never bring anything better in Ethiopia in any more than destructive. The other sad thing one you have to notice is in Ethiopia, every time government change, the government start from the bottom, from the scratch. Instead of learning from the previous government and advancing, moving up, moving forward, once one dictatorship gets thrown out, Ethiopia go back to the drawing board, start over again. It's 1950 again, and then after 10, 20 years, one dictatorship goes out, it goes back to 1950 again, it's starting over, and this is just it's embarrassing, and Ethiopia need to continue with the progressing forward, get rid of the not just the dictatorship itself, but also get rid of the cult, and that make the dictatorship possible. The mindsets that create the conditions. As of right now, I think Ethiopia is in grave danger of regional war that will potentially destroy Ethiopia's future. And I think it's going to happen within a couple of years, if not within a couple of weeks. Stay tuned.